When I was 8 years old, a nuclear accident occurred in Fukushima. A lot of radioactive materials were spewed out from the broken nuclear power plants. It was carried by the wind and rained down on the capital city of Tokyo, 250 kilometers away. The town where I lived was 40 kilometers away from the plant. The missionary and his wife in my hometown returned to the US on the recommendation of the US government. However, the Japanese government did not issue an evacuation order for a town. So, my parents chose to evacuate on their own to protect me and my 3-year-old brother from radiation exposure. People like us, who evacuated from outside the evacuation zone set by the government, received very little government assistance, even though we were internally displaced people. The provision of evacuation housing was also terminated at an early stage. In addition, due to various misunderstandings, we were accused of being fake evacuees, people who fled without permission, and people who were sneaky. Since the adults were in such a state, naturally the children were also worried. In my case, it was to the point that I wanted to kill myself. The more the politicians and corporations tried to hide the damage and escape from their accountability, the more the logic was distorted, and the more we, the victims, had to suffer. We learned in history class that nuclear power was once promoted as a peaceful use of nuclear energy. However, what I have learned in the past 10 years is that there was no peaceful life where nuclear power plants existed. No matter how hard we try, we cannot undo what has been done, and they will continue to emit radiation even after we are dead. Nuclear power plants and nuclear weapons impose a heavy burden on children yet to be born. What is most frightening is the people who have no intention of taking accountability are still manipulating them. So they lie. I think it's a shame to close off the future by piling up lies to hide responsibility or by turning a blind eye to this necessary evil. Admitting a mistake is painful, but acknowledging and forgiving mistake is the way to open up the future. I would like to further the dialogue for this purpose. Let's work together for a future without lies or radiation.